Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to interview Senna. She was an expat for a couple of years in different countries, and one in particular, Dominican Republic. And today we're going to focus on that country more and how she lived in that country and worked there. Welcome, Senna.
Thank you.
Can you give us a small introduction?
Okay, I am Senna. I'm 26 years old. I have worked 4 years abroad for a Belgian company, and now I'm living back in Belgium.
Oh, and when did you move to Dominican Republic? Do you still remember the exact date?
The Dominican Republic was something of January 19th, 2014.
Yes. And what did you do there? Like, did your company send you there, or like, did you decide to just move there and go work there?
No, the company sent me there. It was a request that I made to go there, but we can make like 3 requests, and it's not always sure that you get that one. But I got Dominican Republic as I asked.
Okay, and can you give us a bit more information, or like a small description of your function in the company and what you actually did in Dominican Republic?
I was a local representative for Belgian company, so I received Belgian people, like Belgian clients, like Dutch and French speaking clients. I received them at the airport, then I brought them to their hotels, make sure that the booking was okay, that everybody got the room that they booked. And then the next day I went back to the hotel. I gave excursions to them. I sold excursions to them, giving them information about the environment there, the hotel there, and everything. And also, not in Dominican Republic, but in other country that I worked, I also was a guide, and I did an excursion like once a week.
Oh, and in what country was that?
That was Tunisia, yeah.
All right, and was that the same amount of duration? Was it the same duration you had?
I stayed longer there.
Oh, okay.
I stayed there for a year and a half. I went back for a little small holiday, but I stayed there 1 year and a half.
Yeah. Okay, and was there a specific language that you had to learn in Dominican Republic, like I think Spanish, or was just English enough to get around?
Normally English was enough for the hotels, but you know, a lot of like chauffeurs and stuff like that, drivers and stuff, they don't speak English, so I tried to learn the basic words in Spanish, and
like hello, goodbye.
Yes, I need that or that.
Oh, okay.
Just to function, and then everything else with hands and gestures.
Were there any nice foods or drinks that you kind of miss now, like?
The rum.
We're a big alcohol drinker.
The rum is so good.
Yeah. But how was like grocery shopping? Was it difficult? Because I know that in some countries, it's sometimes when you get homesick, it's more difficult to find Western products like crisps or like even shaving creams or like utensils that you would find here in Belgium, but you can't find there. Like, how did you figure those things out?
Well, Dominican Republic was not a problem because everything is there imported from America, and they have everything, I think. So that was really not a problem. It was actually quite easily to go to the supermarket there and to shop for some stuff. Other countries were more difficult than Dominican.
Was it cheaper or like more expensive? Because I know that in other countries it can be quite expensive.
Yes. No, actually it was quite okay. Sometimes, like I say, some products that were the same price as Belgium, and other ones were a bit cheaper, but it was okay. It was no complaint about that. Yeah.
Oh, so they had like the same stores in America, like 7-Eleven and stuff like that, or was it more?
No, local? They had their own brands of supermarkets, but there were like a lot of stuff that they had like from also there.
And did you bring any foods or like drinks home?
Only rum.
Rum?
Rum, only rum. The only rum.
And what's your favorite drink you make with rum, like
Uh,
the rum cola?
no, my favorite is a strawberry daiquiri.
Oh,
A
alright,
frozen one.
okay.
That's like the one drink. And mojitos. I love mojitos. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
can make that every day if I want.
I think they're quite better than all mojitos that we can drink
Yes,
here.
of course. Yeah, the rum is fantastic.
So you're like the person to go to if you want to have a great mojito.
Probably not.
No, but you have the best rum.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, for that. But I think a lot of people can make better better mojitos than I can.
And you told us that when your company asked you what country you wanted to go live in or like work in, you immediately thought about Dominican Republic. Why is that? Why did you want to go to Dominican Republic? Was there a specific reason or?
Because I already did like European countries,
Yeah.
and I did an African country also, and that was the only part that we had also, because we don't have Asia or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So the Caribbean was something, Caribbean or South America were options, and that was something that I wasn't familiar with, and that's why I wanted to do that part of the region of the world. So
that's nice.
That's why.
And when we think about the work environment, are there any differences in business culture? Like, for example, here, power distance, like hierarchy, is still a thing. We have someone who's always superior, who's above you. Like, is that quite the same thing in Dominican Republic? Or do you say, like, it's more like our neighbours in the Netherlands where you can just say, like, hey, Pete, like, to your boss, or is there still a level of respect?
It's the same as in Belgium.
Same as Belgium?
I think that we have always also that superior thing, because sometimes that is equal with more power and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's the same
they
thing.
They still aim
yes,
for...
Yes.
Okay. And how about different work ethics? Like, were they different? Did you work different hours, longer hours? Like we here in Belgium have a more like 9 to 5 job, like where you start at 9 and 5. Even if you didn't finish your work, you just go home. Like, how is that in Dominican Republic?
So very flexible hours. I could start sometimes at 4 o'clock and end at 11 at night.
Oh, so you didn't have like fixed hours that you had to be there?
No, not at all. No.
But you didn't really work in an office?
Well, I had actually office hours also, so that's always after my work is done in hotels and stuff or at airport. Then I always go to the office just for the administration that I have to do. So, but very flexible, yeah.
And how about like business dinners, business meetings? How was that? Like business. Let's focus now on business meetings. Like, was there a difference? Like, for example, in more Arabic countries, when you have deals with them, they sometimes show up an hour later. Like, they have that kind of mindset that life isn't like here in Belgium. We have that kind of mindset. Like, we have to be there at 8. We'll be there at like 7:50, 10 minutes early to make a good first impression. How is that in Dominican Republic?
Well, I didn't really have like big meetings with locals, yeah. But I would say in hotels they're quite punctual. I guess more the locals that they're free spirited. That when you say tomorrow, it could be like 3 days after something like that. Yeah.
And how would that affect your work? Because you still work for a Belgian company.
No, I try to arrange it or try to be as friendly as possible that they can give it as quick as they can or something.
So, but you wouldn't get in trouble with your company because you didn't.
No, because they know they have experiences with other countries where I think it's sometimes far worse.
Okay, so your company actually adapted to
yes.
Okay, that's nice to hear. And did you have any problems at work, like that? For example, that you didn't know where to go to, like because you weren't in the company wasn't in its own country, like.
I think it's the only thing is when you have like a big accident or something. That's always like
Oh, yeah.
That's always
That's a
then,
major
yeah, because each country has its own rules, and then it's nobody really knows what to do.
So for social
Yes,
security.
yes,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. How does it work for the papers and stuff? Then we really
And do
like
you have to then like ring the home office here in Belgium or like?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That was very important.
Well, first you go to your supervisor and they call them normally, or they
yeah.
do that. So,
But for like small problems, you wouldn't
no, you wouldn't know. You never
call
know.
the home
No,
office.
no.
Like,
Then you have your
who?
superior at the
Okay.
destination itself. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And now a bit more about how you really adapted in Dominican Republic. Like, did you have any troubles adapting? Like, some people sometimes, because the food isn't great, or like they can't really get in contact with the locals, they don't really fit into the country. How was your experience with that?
Well, I didn't have any problems. I loved it there. I felt like a second home there. Only the last few months I was a bit sick of my job, and then I wanted to go home a bit homesick, but not for the destination, just because I wanted to do something. I was ready for something new. Like,
and how did you dealt with being homesick?
Then it's just talking with friends. My sister was a rock for me. Parents, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
like through social media.
Social media, yes.
So yeah, you do social media.
Well, that's very helpful when you are abroad. Sorry, for social media. That's,
to still have that bit of home.
Then you know what everybody is up with and stuff like that. Yeah. Then it's really helpful to have social media.
Yeah. But did you get in contact with locals, or was it mainly like your own colleagues that you were friends with?
No, both. Yeah. There are locals who I'm still friends with, and who I still talk with regularly on social media. Yes.
And my last question for you is like, what would you say to another expat who is planning to go to Dominican Republic? What advice would you give that person?
Just enjoy. People are so friendly. Just enjoy. It's a wonderful country. And living abroad, I can recommend it to everybody. It gives you another vision on life when you come back.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for this lovely interview, and for giving us a bit of perspective into your life.